So because
That
we don't
looks
know,
like
it was a
that
choice.
looks like
Either
a
get
heart
a drink
attack
or
on a desk.
I'd have
mate.
got cookies. Cookies all day long, mate.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
look,
what I mean,
I do
that's
like the wedges are nice, but I tell you, you can make wedges really easily yourself, and they're really cheap to do, and they
Because
taste
I've still
better
got my
than
popcorn.
buying them.
See, Matty,
Actually,
you say that making your own wedges is cheaper, but did you actually know that it's cheaper to buy a bag of supermarket own brand wedges than it is to make them yourself at home?
Is it? I mean,
Yeah, because the supermarket own
depends on
brand
how
ones
much.
are about a pound a bag. Yet if you buy a big bag of spuds, that's a couple of quid.
Depends how potatoes you're expensive are. No, that doesn't work.
Depends how many people
Depends
are
how
eating, I
expensive your
guess.
potatoes are.
Yeah, not only that, it depends how many people are eating. Like in my house, there's 4 of us, so that's a lot of potatoes to make wedges enough for 4 people. Whereas I can just get 1 bag of wedges, and that does 2 lots of meals.
They taste nicer when you make them yourself. Let's be honest.
because you
Oh,
can
yeah,
add,
fresh
you
food,
can-
though.
Pot boil them, lash them with salt and olive oil, put them in the oven for half an
Are you
hour.
mad?
until they're golden.
Parboiling them? No.
You're probably using
No,
a
it kind of it makes it so that they're really soft and fluffy on the inside, but they're crispy and kind of golden, like crunchy on the outside.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say popcorn whilst we wait then.
You're probably also using a better quality potato. That's why they're more expensive.
Yeah, we've got
so
where I am. They've got like this. There's like the supermarket that literally sells basically just fruit and veg. So it's like all loose rather than kind of like your stuff from like bagged in supermarkets. So like, yeah,
And just get out there and grow your own.
I would do, but I'm in an apartment.
I just realised how busy the VC is.
So unless I put like a soil bed in my lounge,
We're not the
it's
window.
not really.
Matty, just plant it in the university grounds.
They don't have grounds because they're like in the middle of a city. I mean, actually, there is. To be fair, right, there is a communal garden, but people use to like play football in and stuff. So I don't know what they'd think about it if I just dug it all up and turned it into a massive vegetable patch.
I mean, I'm sure they'd appreciate not having to buy fruit and vegetables.
If I was here more permanently,
Yeah.
I would like see if the residents wanted to do something and like maybe do something like that. But yeah, it's not the nicest place to live. There's a few dodgy people around here, so.
Right, I'm going to do a quick, shameless plug before I have to go back to work because my break's just finished.
Would it be really a Geordie intervention without a shameless plug?
I know, right? Every time I intervene in things, I have to shamelessly plug things. So first off, as most of you are aware, because there are some of you in here that have already applied, event apps are open. So if you fancy trying your hand at being part of a fairly decent team, I think it's fair to say that we've got a good team going. Then by all means do apply. We've got a fair few people, but I always like to see other people apply because you never know. And then most of you also know about the charity convoy in July that Velocity Convoys is hosting. They are very, very nearly close to getting an event server now. I think they're like 12 people off because I did incorrect maths earlier and said that 88 plus 11 equals 100 when it actually equals 99. So if you fancy going to that, then do head over to the TMP page and you'll find the event on there and hit attending because that'll definitely help us getting an event server, and we're so close, and we've only got 6 weeks until the event now, so the sooner the better. And that's going to be a really, really good event, hopefully. I mean, I would say that because it's my event. But it should be a really good event anyway.
What's the event called?
It's the Velocity Presents Make-A-Wish, the Make-A-Wish charity. It's either the Make-A-Wish charity event or the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Depending on whether Mr. Leadership that's in here gives me permission, I can put the link to the TMP page in Convoy chat. But that's down to Mr. Viva Leader that's in here.
Oh, do we have someone parked inside of someone? Oh, it's landing.
I
Yeah.
search for velocity. I don't
Okay.
see that. I see convoys 2, 3, and 4.
You don't see the Make-A-Wish one?
No.
That is really bizarre. Jake, am I alright to post the link? Jake, not saying anything.
You can DM it for anyone that asks for it.
Yeah, that's fine. Send it through to your DMs, Jones. But yeah, shameless plugs over. I hope you all enjoy the event. It should be a decent drive. It's in a nice DLC that is very underrated and underused.
Utilised, yeah. It's a really good they've picked.
Yeah, it is a really, really nice route. I was free at the early hours of this morning and knew I couldn't make the convoy, so I drove the route just because I like to drive convoy routes to see what they're like. And it's really, really, really nice. I think there may be one rail crossing, but I can't remember. I think that might have been on one of the other roads that I went down.
We'll navigate it, alright, don't worry.
But yeah, it'll be a fun drive for you all, hopefully. And warp convoys are usually pretty sound in terms of speed as well. So,
indeed.
But yeah, have fun, everybody. Enjoy the event, and I will see you at Drive. I will see you at Drive with the Kings tomorrow. That should be a good event. It's a decent route through I want to say ATS. I'm sure it's ATS.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's a slightly condensed. It's a much smaller attendance to what we've been getting recently as well. So you'll have all the event staff probably in the normal channel with you. So there'll be more people in the normal VC potentially. But yeah, so it's not going to be as huge as the ones we've had recently.
It'll be nice to see you there though, if you come in.
Yes, I will definitely be there. It's my second day off of the week tomorrow, so
Nice.
I will definitely be there. So yeah, I will see you all later, guys. Have fun at the event, and yeah.
Have a good day, buddy.
See you.
Thank you very much. See you later, everyone.
Take care, bud.
See you.
Alright guys, 15 minutes to go, so last chance to get some snacks, get yourself a cup of tea, coffee, relax. Appreciate that some of you guys have been sitting here, so maybe stretch your legs briefly before we go. There's no AFK kick. Make sure you're back within about 5 to 10 minutes from now, because we will be departing shortly thereafter.
His ego might get. Let's see if his ego pops in here. I have a.
I've only just realised his name should be like Easy Go, like easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Do you let me know? Bismillah. Sorry.
See, it's like,
Somebody was going to do it.
But I have a batch of cookies. For breakfast.
Do share. Hey, I tell you what, the nicest cookies that you can buy fresh are them ones when you go to Subway and they're cooked fresh, and they come straight out of the oven and they're warm and they're kind of soft and they sort of melt in your mouth. Oh man.
Oh mate,
These are
sugar,
not
we ain't
that.
got time.
These are classic American chip ahoy.
Are you have like the Maryland ones, which are, well, you don't call them Marylands, you call them like something else, but like they're like more crunchy than soft. This is why I don't understand the terminology, because if I was to say to you, what is a biscuit, what would you say?
A little piece of dough that's kind of risen up that you have with breakfast or Popeyes or.
See, we call biscuits anything basically that you dunk in a drink. Like, do you know what like jammy dodgers are and bourbons and things like that? No. So we have like, yeah, it's like crunchy stroke. It's like I think it means like twice baked. So it's like anything that's kind of flat. So it's not something that rises necessarily. It's kind of flat and
It's a.
Yeah, but there's different variations. Like there's some with chocolate on, there's some with like sugar coatings, there's some with like jam in the middle of them, there's some with custard.
It sounds like you're describing cookies.
Yeah, that's what you call cookies, basically. But cookies to us is a specific kind of biscuit. So like cookies to us is a biscuit with like chocolate chips and stuff in. But like we wouldn't call like the other types cookies either. So it's like the whole chips crisps thing. Like there's so many different ways of pronouncing the same thing.
No, the thing is,
differ across the
I
board.
sometimes use the American terms. I sometimes use the English term, and I don't even realise what I'm saying half the time.
Well, the thing is, like, because like movies and like culture is kind of homogenized a lot. Like we kind of pick up a lot of like just Americanized terms in the UK and other places, but without kind of realizing. It's an interesting one. It is. I don't know. I find it interesting anyway. Most of you probably think like, "What the hell's Matty going on about?" But yeah.
Oh, don't worry, we do that anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Press the wrong button.
Just to go over a couple of things before we get rolling. I think most of you guys I've spoken to a lot of you before, and you're very familiar with how we run events here at Viva. But there are a couple of names I've not seen. So obviously, if this is perhaps you've not attended an event for a while, or it's your first one, in which case, absolutely welcome on board. Really glad that you've decided to turn up today and help represent Viva. When we run convoys, we like to keep a very chilled and relaxed atmosphere. We do keep the chat PG-13 at all times, just for the benefit of all members. Even though everyone is 16 plus, we like to maintain a kind of professional image. In terms of how we drive, there will always be a designated convoy leader, or event leader, I should say, at each event that you come to. In which case, I'm fulfilling that role today. I'm also assisted by two other members of the event team. So if you've got any questions, just shout for myself, Matty, or Landy Boy, or Jim, and all three of us will be able to help get you back on track. Because this event is a public event, it does have convoy control, so we probably won't be communicating specific turn left, turn right instructions quite as readily as we do for private events, but we will be kind of letting you know roughly what speed the convoy's at and giving you any other instructions. So if I do need to break in the conversation, I do apologise. It's not me being rude, it's just sometimes I need to communicate important information to keep everybody on track, and so that we're all good. In terms of keeping distance, we probably won't be travelling extremely fast because we're going to be predominantly on smaller B roads today. But nevertheless, it is good practice to keep a distance of around 100-150 metres. The easiest way to establish that is just to count manually in your head up to 2 or 3 seconds, 2 long seconds. And if you're at the point where the truck in front of you was when you finished counting to 3, then you're keeping a good distance. If you arrive at that point before you finish counting, you're probably going a bit too quickly or driving a bit too close. I'm just going to turn my CB off because someone's I can't hear myself. Yeah. Other than that, it's fairly self-explanatory. Do make sure that you're familiar with the convoy rules that are on the event post. But it's very straightforward. And at the end of the event, to thank you for your attendance, you will receive, or be eligible to receive, I should say, a job by way of compensation to log on the driver sub as a manual job. I'll put a message in convoy chat nearer the time, and I'll explain in voice chat nearer the time, and you just need to send me a quick message on Discord to explain that you're at today's event and that you would like to receive a job, and I will get that to you within a few hours of the convoy finishing. That being said, we've got about 8 minutes before departure, and
I'm just waiting to get some photos as
we will be going
leave
in the order that we talked about earlier.
Matty,
Hello.
what cargo are we bringing today?
Well, it was explosives yesterday, wasn't
Yeah.
it? After Ghost decided to... I mean, it kind of made sense because it was from a chemical factory. I mean, where are we at now? I mean...
It looks like a food place.
What even is this company?
It looks like a food
Yeah, I would have said
manufacturing
like
place.
some food factory.
We've been talking about biscuits and cookies a lot, so I'm guessing... I think if there's a cargo that matches that,
Well, to be fair, there's also
might be some freshly baked goods that we are transporting.
No, but to be fair, a sand builder's trailer was also here, so
To be fair,
Suspicious much. What are they putting in them cookies?
oh, so that's why the cookies always like they are saying these cookies are like they're as hard as bricks.
That's
Isn't it?
why the
That's why.
I guess that's why the cookies are crunchy.
I guess the regulations may not be as tight over here.
Not. Is it me or is somebody else? Horn.
That's
Yeah.
alright out for a minute. I say it went hurt for a bit.
Hello.
Hey, I got a quick question for you guys.
Sure, Delta, shoot.
Is anybody streaming on Twitch right now? Because I'd love to watch you guys, but I can't be in the voice chat right now because I'm
There's
not driving.
there's the Warp Convoy Twitch on.
Yeah,
I know
Warp
Quarters
have got
is,
their own official. I think
I know
Warp have got
Quarters is
official-
streaming it.
Which one? Can you
Actually, Landy is streaming. Here you go. Here you go, Delta. I'll send you. There you go.
All right, thank you.
See you, buddy.
I'm just on Twitch seeing how many streams I've got. See, I've got 9 people which I follow on Twitch streaming this event.
Awesome. I'm just going to open my window because it's baking today. Back in a sec.
Almost time. 4 minutes to go.
I try to keep myself up. It's still early. Really early. Trying to get myself caffeinated.
Right, I will just move forward and fill the gap where Jake was previously parked. That I can get out easier when we come to depart. Is everyone okay with the departure order that we talked about?
Indeed.
Awesome.
I'm actually hoping that Price goes before us, because then it means I can get a better photo.
Yeah, we might. What we'll do at the end is, because we've got so many of us, we'll do what we usually do and dismiss trailers and get us all lined up nicely. So you get a really nice
I was gonna
screenshot.
get a photo of the first few people leaving. That's why.
Yeah, that'd be great if you, because you're towards the back, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
He's
in the
back row, third.
Yeah,
third
middle of
down,
the back row.
so-
Looks
Yeah,
like
so
they're
I got-
starting to depart anyway. So,
Oh, no? Oh, yeah, so yeah. No.
Blank, you will be going basically after the truck to your right goes. So it's right to left, looking forwards. No worries, buddy.
Yeah, they're setting up the final blocking.
Yeah, they're getting their CC in position by the look of it.
Yeah, because I'm just in dev cam looking around.
So, we're about to leave, so they better be.
Couple more minutes. buckle up, get the engines rolling.
Geez, there was a lot of MCG.
There is. How many? Let's see. What other VTCs we have on the list? MCG.
18, 19, 20.
17 of them.
Okay, so
22
wait,
of us.
there's 22 MCG I counted, I think. I made a mistake, I'll double check.
I've not counted, but I just did
4, 5,
the
6,
show tag
7,
command, so there might be some that aren't using tags or whatever I've missed.
They're on 22 also.
Nice.
Prime are on 7. Courts have got 6. What have we got over here? There's your team already over there. Consec, there's 3 of them. LFS, there's 2. I know, yeah, Abdul's here streaming.
Yeah, I spotted Abdul earlier. That's awesome. And it looks like they're going to depart from that forestry place first because their lead's hanging out there.
Oh yeah. It was originally going to be Flynn leading, so they may have swapped over or something.
Yeah, it could be internet issues or...
Yeah, because
often people have 2 leads as well that have one lead behind another in case one of them drops midway.
No, I think, yeah, by the looks of it, Flynn's completely left the server, so...
Yeah, it could be like we did yesterday where Maddie had Landy as your number 2. Right?
That exactly. So like, if anything happened to me or then Landy would have been able to assume control readily.
Right, I'm just waiting to watch these lot leave then.
So the big debate is, we've had SCS release a graphical update. We've had them release a sound overhaul. What is the next big thing that's going to be a game changer?
We already seen it in ATS at least, it's Convoy.
Okay, so I guess I kind of skipped over that because we thought like, but okay, convoys aside, because I mean obviously that feature's going to get fleshed out and made a big thing of nearer the time. But like, what else that's like more of a fundamental mechanic to the game? Do you think we really need to work on now, or the SES need to work on?
I think it's like to start putting functions that like emulate real life trucking, because from what I see, for example, in real life, what would a lot of truckers do is have multiple destinations to unload parts of the cargo and continue onward to the next destination, unload that bit.
Yeah, sort of like split contracts, deliveries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna get my camera. What's up?
So like down here we got local tiny in the middle of nowhere town stores we call it the dollar store. Let's just keep it at that. They're tiny, but they have giant semi trucks with giant semi trailers dropping off at them. They'll just bounce from dollar store to dollar store, dropping off whatever they need and continue onward.
Yeah, you mean like multi-drops?
Yes.
The freight system is so fundamental to this game, though, and it hasn't really changed in 20 years. That was,
yeah.
I'd be surprised if they tampered with it, but they might. That's a cool idea. I like that.
I mean, doesn't On the Road has that, doesn't it? I know it's not a major trucks and but that has that. Perhaps if they emulate something like that.
We're not leaving.
They're calling it out.
No, not Viva yet. Yeah.
I didn't mean that.
One by one. They started with Legacy, then Prime, then Chris.
Yeah, they're doing the roadblock ones first, so they can be prepared to instantly just go. Because if they did us first, then did the roadblock ones, there would be a massive gap.
Yeah, Bruges Logistics next.
Yeah, just you look block in, so they're just getting all them set up first. We'll probably be last to depart, but we'll be near the front.
Absolutely. Yep. Okay.
Viva, here we are.
Yeah. Okay. Same order we talked about, guys. I'm just getting my truck rolling. Oh, I've apparently stalled. Don't worry.
Oh dear, that's not good.
Great start.
That's all right. I'm rolling. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's happening with my controller?
Where
Oh,
are you going?
Jesus.
That's okay.
They're forgetting about us.
I don't know what happened there. I just started rolling and I
Can
got.
we just let Prize go
Yeah,
for us?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Well, they're already.
Yeah, they're going already. They're just doing it.
I apologise for that. I think my sticky keys came on while I was trying to pull off.
It makes it better for my photos now, so
Alright,
it's time for me.
so just to remind us, after Maddie, is there a second in command?
Not officially, no. It will be a Dino after me.
Okay, so yeah. Go ahead, Dino.
And then right to left, front row, back row, except for Jim and Landy, who Landy's going to go in the middle and Jim's going to be absolute tail. Left turn out of the company.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. I was going to say, since I'm still using the camera, if somebody's able to tell me when the second row starts going there.
I'm in the second row. I'll tell you when
Okay,
I
yeah, just tell me. Yeah, tell me when the first person, like the second row starts going. Just.
Yeah, if the second row kind of follows Landy.
I'll let Landy go in between me.
Yeah, I was good to say, if Landy goes behind blank, yeah.
Alright. Hey,
Yep.
I'm going. I'm starting rolling.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just.
We're going at a good pace here. We're doing 72 kilometers up front.
Okay. Right, there we go. Yep.
I'll leave you guys to it. Yeah, have a good day.
See you, Jake. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Cheers, Jake.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was just sorting out my engine because I keep forgetting I've got a manual engine start now.
I have like specific buttons, so like if you still have my lights on, I wasn't running the engine. I have it on. I have it where I turn on the electricity of the truck and not the engine, which is a nice little feature to have.
Yeah, definitely. I think going back to what we were saying a bit earlier. Oh, by the way, Jim, if you could just give me a shout when everyone from Viva is out.
We're all out, mate.
Cool.
It's daylight.
It is daylight for the time
Not
being.
long.
We've got a few hours in game.
1846. We should do the whole thing in daylight.
I can't tell if my
Hopefully,
headlights
because
are
it
on.
would be yeah, Jones. It'd be nice to get a few parked up sunset photos. Honestly, I got a few whilst we were.
I think they have a media team as well, Warp do. So hopefully they'll get a few snaps of us.
Yeah, I got a few as we were departing, so I'll put them in once we get to the end.
Appreciate it, buddy.
As I said, this is why if I ever go to convoys, I'll try to sit near the back and they can get some photos for us.
Yeah, it's always good to have some good media coverage, and it's much appreciated, Dixon, as always. Ah, there's King Stannis on the left. I think he's doing media.
Oh, there he's Flynn.
We're slowing right down. I think they're doing an operational stack now. We were going quickly initially, but they're probably slowing right down until they've departed everybody.
I guess Flynn just went over to convoy control instead of lead.
Yeah, they probably did a switcheroo for various reasons.
Yeah, Flynn's trailer is blocking it where we had to take the third exit on this roundabout.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
But yeah, going back to the jobs, I think maybe they'll try and integrate World of Trucks as like a default thing rather than just like as an optional extra. So
One thing that
like any in-game job you take can be logged as a World of Trucks job, basically.
although I would say one thing about that, if they would do that, the one thing they would have to do to make it work the best is to remove that speed limiter.
Yep. That's why I don't ever do external contracts. I hate that speed limiter.
The only
Yeah,
reason
that's
I do
speed
it is
limit.
for,
Yeah, it's a bit daft.
No, the only time I do it is
If
for
you're-
things, like cruising Iberia or whatever. That's the only
Yeah.
times I ever do it for things
If
like
the
that.
sign, if the sign says 80, I want to be able to do 80. I don't want to just hit some invisible barrier
Yeah.
that my truck can't
Well,
push
that's-
through.
Just do the speed
Yeah.
limit. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's-
80.
So like, it's not a
Just
major
daft.
problem in Euro trucks. It's the only, if I remember correctly, the only one that tops past 90 is the UK.
That's true.
No, we're limited. We're limited on all countries. For externals.
No, actually, no. As you go into Romania and that area in the Black Sea, a lot of it is 100 to 105 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, but I mean, we look at that. It's just sort of limited to.
Oh yeah, to external, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the speed limits in general, like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the only area which is at above 100.
Yeah, there's one in
But then,
Iberia
like-
that's 90. You can-
Yeah, external is 90 max.
Now, but an American truck is capped at 65 miles an hour. But other than California,
Yeah, no, but
everywhere else is way past that.
Yeah, no,
by a
but Tank,
long
you need to
time.
remember miles per hour and kilometers per hour, they're different. So it probably is the
Yeah.
exact same, it's just different number.
So I know 56 is about 90. Isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't
so-
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much of a difference.
Most of the time, people will say, oh, 65 and they're doing like 90 or something, that's a bit unfair. Well, actually, you're doing the exact same speed or near about the same speed.
Yeah, that's it.
Or was it 55 is 80?
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think roughly.
Yeah.
I think exactly. I think that's exact.
That's probably it, because 60 is 100, and so 55 being 8. Yeah, because kilometers go up way quicker than miles.
56.2. That's what 90...
it-
Yeah, 90 kilometers per hour is 56.2.
So what's 50? Is 50 80 then?
I'm not too sure, give me a second. Yeah, 50 to 80.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I knew there was
It
one where
says
the even it converts to an even tenth place.
Well,
The
what
thing is,
would
there's
take
like
us-
in the United States, except for like a couple of states, there's no separate truck speed for the most part, other than big.
Is California the only one, or is California and
Well-
somewhere else?
I would say California is the biggest with the steepest drop because their cap speed is 55.
55. Yeah.
With the normal speed limit of 70. Oregon also does it, but theirs is only a drop by 5 miles an hour. Only
Yeah.
a 5-mile drop.
So you'd barely notice it, to be honest.
Yes, that's. If other states do that, that's the main prime example they would do. Just drop it 5 miles.
Well, I've noticed in, like, I could be wrong here, by the way, but what seems to be in the US and Canada and other places, whereas that they do differently to in Europe, is they have. In Europe and the UK, you've got something called, like, well, they might call it like something different in Europe, but in the UK we call it national speed limit. So it's like, it's a sign that doesn't actually give a number. It's a symbol. It's a white sign with a black line going diagonally through it. And that means
We
that you're.
don't,
That
We
does get
don't
used
have
in
that.
Europe, but not in
Yeah,
America.
Yeah.
we don't have that. They'll always tell us what speed we're supposed to go to, unless you're in the city where it says speed limit 25, unless otherwise posted.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because I think the advantage of that national thing is because it means different things for different roads. So
Well,
if
the
it's
thing
if it's
is,
a if it's a
speed
normal
limits
road,
are-
it means 60 miles, and I think if it's a motorway or a dual carriageway, it means 70.
just
If you're in a
the
car,
thing is-
anyway.
In the United States, the speed limit is held on a state-by-state basis, so
Yeah.
it'll be hard to do that on a state-by-state basis. I mean, at one point, Montana didn't have a speed limit entirely until they were forced to just have an 80 speed limit.
Wow. So I remember, like, people used to protest about the seatbelt and stuff when that came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only license saved.
from what I can tell, because my dad is also is a person that is exactly like that. So, from what he says, I don't agree with it, but from what he says, is that we have a right to choose as like a constitutional right. I don't agree with that statement, but what he's saying, we have the right to do whatever we want. If we get killed for it, then so be it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not just him; it's everyone else.
I get that. I want to tell him that, but it's hard to get things through him.
It's like
if his body goes flying out the windshield and kills somebody else, then that's why he needs to have his seatbelt on.
Well, like say he's, I don't know, like it's if passengers in the back, it's bad if passengers in the back don't have seatbelts on, because if you have a really high impact in a car,
Yeah, they can fly to the front. Yeah, I know
the
that.
the people in the back, they'll fly into the seat, so they'll be fine. But the force of them flying into the seat kind of acts as a cushion. But that seat will kind of push in and crush the person sitting in that seat in the front.
In a high speed impact, all sorts of things can. It's just a car starts tumbling, people will get thrown out the windows. Yeah. I mean, it's just carnage and mayhem, and you need to be buckled in.
You know, but Matthew, in some vehicles there's a much higher risk.
Here's the thing. I agree with all of y'all. I agree with everything. I mean, my dad would still wear a seatbelt, but what he said, it shouldn't be a law.
Oh, like his choice. He wants it to be his choice rather than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I suppose you should have the civil liberty to stab yourself in the eye with an ice pick if you want to as well. But that's still not a good idea.
I don't agree with him, like a lot of things, but.
There's probably a lot of people who will agree with you, though.
Yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying, but it's just.
It's American.
I mean, the statistics hold out. I mean, the seatbelts are a good idea. Period. It's not really any debate.
It feels like our Americanness is showing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like anything. It's like if you wear glasses. Once you wear glasses for a while, you don't even feel them anymore. Like you wear a seatbelt, you don't even notice it.
As you can see in my profile picture, that is me, and I do wear glasses. I could attest to that fact.
Well, I was practically born with glasses, so. I think I was like 3 or something ridiculous when I started to start wearing them. So
yeah, I was about
proper nerd.
Yeah, I think I was like 7 or 8 when I put on my first pair of glasses, and I remember stepping out the front door of the house and going, "Oh my God, I can see individual leaves on the tree across the street."
I had that same reaction, but what happened was my first pair of glasses, which I got in like 2nd, 3rd grade, which is, I try to remember what the age set over there is, like 8, 9, I think. They sucked because they weren't the right ones, so I did not wear them. But then when I went back for another pair with a proper eye doctor this time, this new set of glasses worked like a charm, and I had them until they were properly crushed by a truck.
I used to get 3 glasses when I was a kid, about every 3-4 weeks with a new pair.
I remember like football smashed in the face, and then you wearing glasses.
To be fair, the reason these were crushed by a truck is because I dropped them in a flood water, and then I couldn't find them, and then they were properly crushed by a truck underwater.
It decided to wash them in an appropriate place.
I used to be really hard on glasses because I was always a bit rough and tumble. I was into my martial arts, and so I was always getting punched in the face.
Oh wow!
But since then, I've now that I don't get punched in the face very much anymore, I've had this same pair of glasses almost 30 years.
Oh wow! They must be a really good pair.
You'd be surprised. Well, yeah, they were good quality. They were expensive frames, but they're really, really fine. They're very delicate looking, but they've held up beautifully. I mean, you wouldn't know that they're nearly as old as they are.
With mine, you were like the entire thing is almost out of the frame.
They're half rim, very, very slim, very, very delicate, and very lightweight, which I really like. Because my prescription is pretty severe. So if I have large lenses, my glasses would get heavy and make those. As anyone who wears eyeglasses will know, you get those dents on your nose.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jones, the other thing is, when it's like really sunny and you can get the tan lines. Yeah, I've had that before, and it was for about a year. It's just no matter what we tried, literally, now it's just stuck there permanently. So I have this massive tan line just going across my face.
See Vic saying, "Holy Mother of Viva!"
And I'll tell you one thing to help preserve your lenses. The guy at the eyeglass store gave me this tip: before you clean your glasses, just run them under a tap. Just splash some water over them to get any particulate matter off the lenses.
So you don't like scratch them up.
And you won't scratch them up. I've had lenses last a long time since I started doing that as well. That was actually when I bought these frames. That was when the guy told me that.
Fair enough.
And yeah, my lenses are pretty old too now. Because my prescription hasn't changed in years.
I know nowadays they don't use glass. They use like this flexi plastic stuff, don't they, to make them more lightweight, the lenses.
Yeah.
But they can put like scratch resistant stuff, but it's still good practice. I mean, I tend to wash my glasses under hot water and a bit of washing up liquid anyway. I don't tend to.
What happened?
Yeah, but Matty, I've got to get new ones completely because I said the entire thing is almost out of the frame and that now. Like it's pushing itself out so far. And last time I got new ones was like, well, it was just like maybe end 2019 sort of time, before COVID and that. Yeah, it's been a while.
I got a pretty cheap frame about 3 years ago, and it's coming all loose and stuff. I mean, I've tightened it all up and adjusted it, but
well, I get new ones every 6 months for free.
Yeah, you do, don't you? I remember them days.
6 months.
Before I got the current pair of glasses, which I got them about a year ago, my old pair of glasses, which fairly fallen apart by that point, the lenses would pop out every once in a while. I would have to like shove them back in.
Oh, it's annoying when that happens. I tell you, the most innovative thing I've had in the last 5-10 years is them what they call transitions, or like they have like non-branded versions as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you go out in the sunlight and they'll kind of cloud over and become sunglasses and dim.
For some reason, I did not like that.
I'm just used to it because because I squint a lot. So like when you're out in the bright light, it just kind of tunes it down a little bit, and it's really great. And why is there a green? Hang on, why are there green cows in the middle of this roundabout? There's a green, yellow, and blue cow. I don't know where to lie.
I mean, we're quite far behind you, so we have no idea what you're on about yet.
I know what you're about.
You'll see what I mean in a minute.
But the national colors here or something.
A lot of people used to think they were Easter eggs, but they're not actually in game.
Well,
yeah, you will find some pretty oddball stuff. In ATS, and down in New Mexico, there's a car wash with a cow in it.
No, but they're Jones. Look in front of me.
Are you sure it's a car wash or is it a cow wash?
I think that's in Alamogordo.
That is the question.
I think that's Alamogordo, New Mexico. Yeah, there's a cow in a car wash. I've
got a New Mexico.
You've got it wrong. What it's called? It's called a farm. Okay. Yeah, it's called a farm field.
Yeah, I've got a New Mexico company planned next month, so I'll have to go and we'll have to route past that and have a look.
I think I've got a picture of it. I can prove it. Have you ever seen the guy in the hot dog suit?
Yeah, the guy walking around like looking kind of glum in his
he's in a couple of places. I've seen him in Oregon. And
oh my god! You weren't kidding.
I've also have like those oddball people in suits trying to advertise their stuff, because just recently, I know it'll sound crazy, y'all, but we just recently have tax season where we have to file our taxes, and outside the tax helping places, they're the most notable one I saw was someone in like the Statue of Liberty costume advertising for tax services.
See, here I've seen it like, because I live in a big university city. Every year there's like a big influx of brand new fresh meat for students. You know, like people coming to college for the first time.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And
I
they
go to
always,
college.
without fail, have people from Domino's Pizza dressed up as like pizzas and stuff, walking around trying to advertise and get people in. But I think some local authorities have kind of banned that. They think it's like dehumanizing and kind of, you know. But I mean, if people are getting paid for it, I mean, you know, you choose to do that.
Yeah. If they're accepting a paycheck for doing it, then yeah, they can't really complain they're not being.
Like if someone was to pay me to walk around in a clown suit for 20, you know, for 6 hours doing nothing, paying okay, I'd do it.
I've heard that
Depends how much pay.
That up in ATS up in Idaho, there's a guy in a potato suit at one of the farms. But I haven't seen him yet.
Because Idaho is well known for its potatoes, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, big time. Yeah. That's all it's known for.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing else to do there.
They even have the like this. I don't know if the signs are realistic, but they have like a Miss Potato contest or something.
Yeah. There are billboard signs.
Matty, did lightning just speeding past you up there?
Possibly.
Yeah, lightning's just come past us here at the back. Sweden was probably doing about 1995.
The thing is where I live, our mascot is, how should I say it, a bit unusual. Our university, my mascot.
Go on.
The mascot is a demon.
Oh. I guess there's probably some reason for it.
Maybe
I would hope so.
Maybe it was equally the devil.
And our little chant is fork of demons like pitchforks.
Okay then.
That's what school do you go to?
It's a university in Louisiana called Northwestern State.
Oh, okay. Because there's is it Wake Forest? I think aren't they the demon beacons or something like that? Is that Wake Forest? I can't remember.
It's in a town that none of y'all can pronounce. It's in a town called Natchitoches.
Yeah, you're right. I can't pronounce that.
Native American origin, yeah.
Yeah.
Natchitoches is easy enough to say, but don't ask me to spell it.
Yeah, I know it's how.
I can repeat it because I just heard it, but I couldn't. I won't even guess the spelling.
I mean, you can try. I can tell you if you're wrong.
No, not if you're wrong, when you're wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious spelling I can think is Nakedisish, but I'm guessing that's completely wrong.
You're completely wrong.
Yeah.
It's Natchitoches.
Okay then.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you were almost there, Matthew. You had the N.
I wouldn't be surprised if he turned around and said, actually, it doesn't begin with an N, it begins with a P.
That reminds me, I looked up the pronunciation of that town that we started in. It's pronounced
Klaipeda. Nice.
The AI is kind of an EI.
It actually has some history with the town because the Natchitoches is the first settlement in what would be the Louisiana Purchase, established in 1714, which sounds a bit young, but in America it's old.
Yeah.
I'm doing Wikipedia again.
And it was like there was like a bit of a rivalry because Natchitoches is French, and then down the trail was Los Alamos, which is a Spanish word, especially at the edge of the Spanish territory. So, yeah.
I do like the roads around this Baltic part that we're driving on.
Yeah. I would probably appreciate it more if I didn't have it on dirt poor settings.
Yeah, I definitely recommend doing some jobs around here if you haven't explored much.
The thing is, I'm in Pro Mod, so I've probably already done that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, my main profile right now is in the middle of Iberia, so.
Have fun trying to get there to here.
No, this is why I'm on the events profile. You think I'm actually going to come like all the way from our endpoint back into Iberia? No thanks. I'll just use the second profile.
Well, what I do is I make because I only use one ATS multiplayer profile as the events profile. So say like with the divisional event, I teleported myself to the nearest garage, which I ended in San Rafael. So I went to the service station in San Rafael and typed in pre-divisional convoy, so that way when I come back to the game, I just have to load up that save.
Fair enough.
50 kilometers up front apparently. Although that's about right actually. I'm doing about 50. 47, 48, 49.
We were going 60 and back here, so.
Yeah.
I was doing 78 at some points.
It does, yeah, because you do tend to have to, because of lag and gaps, you do tend to go faster the further back you are.
Yes,
as a rule of thumb.
Indeed.
Hey, why do they call it a rule of thumb, like as opposed to a rule of index finger or a rule of hand or a rule of elbow,
Nose,
ankle?
Once again, Landy is sitting on 5 MF.
Landy, I want your internet, bud.
Yeah, like Landy, how are you never higher than 5?
What am I sitting on that? No, mine's
Turns out that Landy like plays from the middle of like Eden Tower or something.
The only way Landy is that low is if he lives next door to the servers in Strasbourg.
Yep.
You might do.
Do you live in Strasbourg?
Are they still in Strasbourg? Because there was a fire, wasn't there, at OVH?
Yes.
Did they relocate them, or are they still in Strasbourg? I don't know. I don't know what their setup is.
Why do you think no one's using Sim 1?
He probably works for the Secret Service or something.
Yeah, he's not allowed to answer that question.
Yeah, Landy doesn't want us to raid Strasbourg and find his house. I mean, I practically use my university, so if some of y'all is daring to fly to the US, say hi in this fall.
He's probably got his 00 number, so if I
You say that now, Tank, but if one of us turned up, you would be so freaked out.
Yeah.
Matty, you don't know what? We don't need one person to turn up. We need every single one of us just come knocking on his door.
Especially since I don't live in Natchitoches, I live in the middle of nowhere, an hour out.
Okay, that narrows it down a bit.
Yeah, just draw an hour. Just draw a circle about an hour out of Natchitoches, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Have fun exploring. Have fun
We haven't
Tank,
drivers.
that's what Tank, the first door we knock on, it'll be yours.
If HR can't track anyone down, yeah, they hand deliver the message.
I'll be pretty shocked because like I said, I live in the middle of nowhere.
Get some like guys in suits and sunglasses, get out the car. They walk up holding a piece of paper. So they don't say a single word. They just pass you the letter, and you look down.
I guess I should not get a higher Patreon thing because then y'all would know my address. Because y'all send me letters.
Oh, we wouldn't see it as staff. It would just be like the leadership quad and people that manage your account.
Yeah.
They take data protection quite seriously. I'm only joking. They don't actually, dox anyone or anything like that.
Yeah, I get that. But still.
But, Matty, from the I thought you meant, oh, they take protection seriously. I'm only kidding. No, they don't. I thought you meant. Yeah, it's just I'm only kidding. They're going to track you down and hunt you.
Yeah, of course.
The person I'm expecting would help me down is Lich, since he's in my state.
Yeah, no, you incorrectly log a job. They just come knocking on your door. What have you done?
What are you doing with the blasphemy?
You see, that's how HR really deal with situations. They just come to your actual house and they sit you down at your table and just have a nice conversation with you.
They pretty much do the same, but virtually, to be honest.
A virtual table, the Discord table, the Wombus table.
Yeah, no, they just send you an image and DM to a table. Say it.
So, kind of a more philosophical point. But do you guys ever think about the fact that when you're like the specific point in space where we're at any given second is different every second because of how fast our world is spinning and how fast we're spinning around the sun, orbiting around the sun?
I don't think about that mostly because it'll make my brain.
Because like we feel like we're
think
standing
about
still
this
with gravity,
fact
we're
that,
actually going ridiculously fast, flying around.
Yeah. Hank, you're already struggling. You literally said Blaine would be struggling. You said you're Blaine. I mean, so you already are struggling there.
Yeah, Jody.
Yeah, my controller disconnected, sorry.
Oh dear. But the point is that if I go beyond the point of let's stop thinking relatively to Earth, let's think of relatively to the whole shebang, and we're never in the same place ever. It'll make your head explode and make us realize we're very tiny.
Yeah, it's quite humbling. It's not something you want to think about too much.
That's why I'm thinking relatively to Earth.
Yeah.
Until people start settling on Mars, and I don't think interplanetary.
Here's something to get your head around. You know, planet Earth that we live on, with all of the high mountains and the deep ocean trenches and everything.
Yeah.
If you scaled it down, the Earth is considerably smoother than like a billiard ball. As perfectly smooth and round as a billiard ball seems to be, it's the little divots and cracks in a billiard ball would dwarf anything on Earth.
Yeah, so like if a billiard ball was the size of the Earth, the mountains and the valleys would be like 20, 30, 40, 100,000 times as steep. Is that what you're kind of saying compared to? Yeah, I can believe that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can see that. Especially now I imagine like a
the
golf
Earth
ball
is,
where they initially have them divots in it.
You know,
everybody pick a bowl and live in it.
I mean, I can look out my window at Ben Nevis right now, and you know that's a pretty big mountain, but
oh yeah,
it's nothing compared to the overall size of the Earth.
Here's the thing: you already know where I live. If I look outside my window right now, there'll be flat nothingness.
Bit like Canada in then.
I grew up in Florida. That's what I'm used to. That's what I like. I like flat ground. I loved Holland. I'd like to go live in the Netherlands.
In Louisiana, unless you get to the middle of nowhere where I am, where I usually am, it's all flat nothingness. Then when you get to that other part of the forest, it's just kind of smooth rolling hills. So nothing major. The highest point in the state is 500 feet.
We've got some parts of like England, stroke the UK, that are flat as well. If you go to East Anglia, it's all plains that have been. It used to be flooded. That's been kind of drained, and it's just flat fields, arable crops.
Where I grew up, the average is 16 feet above sea level. The highest point is a bridge.
Wow. That must be great for cycling around. That's why I guess that's why like in the Netherlands they're so keen on biking because you can get anywhere without having to go up significant inclines or
we're-
declines.
I
60
think where I live
kilometers at the
right
front race.
now, I think where I live at the moment, I am 6 feet above sea level. 6 feet above sea level.
6 feet.
Most of the well, much of the Netherlands is actually below sea level.
But if I go back to where I normally am, it's roughly about 200, 210-ish above sea level. Now don't y'all go onto a map to narrow down your possibilities of where I live.
Okay, just give me a second.
Don't bring up a topographical map of...
But here's another thing though. That's made me think of another thing. I think it was someone like Tom Scott did an interesting video on YouTube about this. What is sea level? Because the sea rises and falls with the tide, and the seas in different parts of the world are all at different relative elevations. So the way it's calculated isn't exactly precise in the way that you think it is. Because seas fluctuate massively.
Yeah.
I do.
Sea level is like the lowest possible it'll ever go.
9 feet.
Well, I was looking at some like data where I am right now. If the sea level rises 5 feet, we would be constantly flooding.
Yep.
I'm not saying we will be a part of the Gulf of Mexico. I'm just saying that we'll probably have problems when it reaches high tide.
I mean, hey, at least you get a free swimming pool.
That's why there's all this concern about climate change, isn't there? Because of the rise, like the small percentage in rising sea levels is going to
And the
have
thing is, I'm a
massive
parish.
implications.
I'm a parish in. That's not even counting the fact that there's another parish between me and the ocean.
Search time. We'll find you eventually.
I'm looking around me and
I'm
it's
in
like
multiple-
half of the dots are just green.
Are you friends with everybody?
Well, probably most of the people here, yeah, are on my friend list. There's a few people which aren't, but those people which aren't, I have sent them friend requests, so it's just up to them.
Oh, I think you might have sent me one. I just need a look.
Yeah,
I don't think Tank. I don't think you were on when I sent all the friend requests. So I'll send you one after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was when there was only about 18 of us. So I just spammed through the entire thing and sent you the friend request. Yeah, it was when Jake was on.
Oh, like so, friend.
Yep,
Go
went
down
down
to
the-
go
yep.
down to their Discord, see if their Steam is attached. If it is, friend.
No, because you just
Do it
press
in
tab
DMP.
and you just press tab, click the thing, check Steam profile.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I just look at their Discord.
Yeah, I know a
because
lot of
bunch-
people do that, but they're not always connected. The easier
Yeah,
way to
that's
do
what
it.
I'm saying. That they're not always connected. Mine's connected.
Yeah,
No.
same here.
I have my Steam, Epic,
Imagine using Epic Games.
I just use it for.
freebies.
The thing is, I use it for. I have 2 games on there that I primarily play.
What are
But
they?
one of them I don't. Satisfactory, which was before it dropped on Steam, and
Okay.
SnowRunner, which was also before
yeah,
it was
but
dropped on
Okay.
Steam.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was gonna say if you said Fortnite for one of them, then
Epic is good for the free giveaways they do every now and then.
yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, I picked up like Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs 2 for free. The other like a couple of months back.
I got
I didn't
GTA
realize
5
there was
free.
a media on all that.
Humble Bundle's another great site if you want
Yeah, I saw that.
if you want to get some cheap games. Obviously, it's all for charity. A lot of it goes to charity as well, so you
I
can kind
know,
of pay what
every-
you kind of
I
comfortable with.
I remember when SCS was advertising for the COVID-19 Humble Bundle, and then everybody was freaking out at the last paragraph of their blog saying, "You should grab it. Our convoy features come in sooner or later." And everyone's going like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Yeah, they kind of hid it away sneakily.
Yeah.
spin tyres on there.
Oh yeah, spin tires. I've not played that. You've got spin tires, mud runner, and snow runner, right?
Yeah,
I've only ever played snow runner.
Snow runner is good. Contrary to name, it's not all snow. It's
Is it 2 regions that are actually covered in snow?
Yeah, so it's
There's
kind of.
actually,
It's more Mud Runner.
There's actually a bunch of maps. There is Michigan, which is your normal mud. Then there's Alaska, which is snow. A Russian map that I can never pronounce, that is mud. Then there, with part of the season pack, there is another Russian map, which is snow.
Yeah.
Then there's Canada, which is, I think, regular.
Yeah, it's more mud than snow.
Yeah, it's a lot more than snow. And I haven't even talked about Wisconsin, more Russia, and more Canada, probably.
More mud.
I think the most recent.
I know an actual game called Mud Runner.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, it was like the
Second
previous.
one.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's
Snow
number
Runner is just Mud Runner 2.
Well,
Yes.
no, spin tyres came first, I think, and
It
then mud runner, and then snow runner was the third one.
two. This Snow
Yeah, that's
Runner
what I
is
mean. It's a gym, so basically, Snow Runner is just Mud Runner 2. In other words.
well,
That's right,
Mud
yeah.
Runner with snow.
Fair enough.
So
Probably.
basically, it's just Mud Runner, but except it has a snow DLC in some way. That's that's what you could just call it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
The thing is, it's not really good to play unless you've got like a wheel and stuff, because like,
I
if you
don't
just want-
play a wheel with it because most of the time
Oh,
I
use a
play on
controller.
I play on controller. What
It's
I
way
do is
easier.
I mostly drive on external camera just to make sure I don't
I
accidentally
do that,
tip
yeah.
over and fall into a ditch. So unless you're on the interior, the wheel's gonna be the best thing. So I just use an Xbox One controller. I have it somewhere in here, but yeah.
That'd be easier.
And actually, one thing I did notice is that Western Star did not just go towards SES about dropping the truck at the same time. They went to SnowRunner and did the same thing
Yeah,
because they dropped the 49X.
Oh yeah, they've got the
there.
49X in SnowRunner, haven't they?
How's this?
It's a paid DLC. You have to pay for it externally, not part of the season pass. But it's a good truck if you have for them stuff.
I do wish that there was a way of somehow. I know it's different. Obviously, they're two massively different games, but the way of somehow getting some elements of SnowRunner into ATS or ETS a bit more in terms of like dirt roads and kind of forestry roads.
If they made the like dirt roads or like muddified, the closest thing I found was that in Pro Mods, northern Finland, Kitala, they have a dirt road, that's in the middle of nowhere that crosses a little water towards I think it's called Sagajog, or some company like that.
Yeah, there was. I used to play a lot of what was called Southern Region map, which you may have heard of, you may not have heard of.
Yeah, I heard of it.
It's really good. It's basically like the southern oblast of Russia. So like bordering onto like Ukraine and that. You can kind of you can connect it to like pro mods and stuff as well. And some of the roads on there are absolutely phenomenal in terms of the detail and the forest and the mountains, and really, really nice. And there's some roads like that where you go through the forest on like single track roads and you go over streams and things like you were saying on Pro Mods. It's really great. But I've not played that for over a year, to be honest. I've not really bothered with map
I
DLC
remember
across
one
Pro
time
Mods.
I was playing Rush Map before Baltic Sea dropped. There was a road from the main 105 between St. Petersburg and Russia to some company, and it had me going on this very dirt road that dips down into a river and
Yeah.
comes back out of it.
Oh wow. Just all that kind of stuff I just love. I know it's in the Western world it's probably less common, but I don't know, I just love the kind of
It depends on where you are.
Yeah.
It just depends on where you are. In the middle of nowhere, it can happen. If you're in like a suburban-ish area, never. Probably.
Unless you found a sinkhole.
It's just that if you're off the road, if you're off like, because I guess I'm gonna narrow it down even further. I'm in the middle, up there I'm in the middle of the woods, so there's a bunch of hunting trails that kind of dips down across some creeks and up, but there's some deep creeks, so we've actually had to build bridges to cross these giant creeks.
Jones just sat here writing down everything Tank is saying to try to track him down. That's why he's being so silent.
Well, the thing is, other than the Red River, because you're gonna get that if you look up Bangladesh, is all woods except immediately around the Red River. So have fun trying to track me. When
Oh, talking of bridges, we've got a nice one coming up. It's like a steel cast. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It's like a bridge, and there's also a railway line in a separate bridge on the right. I've not seen it. I don't think I've seen this road before.
I want to say something else about railroads, but I don't want. That will like narrow down my location extremely further.
Jones wants him to.
Ah, you know what? Screw it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Sorry, PG. Sorry. I think.
Oh, you can say screw it. That's fine.
Okay.
The PG thing, like the way. So basically, like mild, or if you like, even if you come up with the occasional like bad language, we're not gonna pick you up on it. It's only like if you're kind of someone's like constantly or like a couple of times saying something. It's kind of kind of a bit pushing it, but it's not.
Okay,
It's not.
so
PG-13 isn't completely squeaky clean. It's just kind of.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. So
Yeah, that's PG-7.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, but there is like a little settlement nearby, and there used to be a railroad line that went through the settlement, but got discontinued and turned into a nature trail. Now,
Oh, that's cool.
normally you can't have is only supposed to be like a horse trail, but a lot of people use it for 4-wheelers, ATVs, stuff like that.
Sure. Well, that sounds cool. We've got a lot of where are we at? Back in like the 60s, we used to have a lot of railways here that got discontinued by Dr. Beeching, and a lot of them became like cycleways and paths and like nature trails, like you say. So it's a great way of getting around, because obviously railways, they work around the gradients, so you don't have the really steep ups and downs. So it's great for cycling along.
No, the thing is, right, Matthew, most people in the UK, they instantly work out where I am from the one thing which I say to them. So if you know your history of Train Tracks well, it's I live in the home of Brunel.
Oh.
Like, you probably know, that's where I'm from. And obviously let's just say sometimes it can be very dangerous just to even walk around the town, like in this place.
Well, y'all won't even know where I am. I give you a lot of things, but it'll be hard to narrow down what it is.
I can give you a clue to where I live.
Yeah, I can give you a clue. It's spelled like this.
It's the home of Robin Hood.
Yeah. Home of Robin Hood. You live in the forest?
No.
I can give you a clue where I'm from. It's
Yeah, not even.
I
Just-
think
I'm
what
just-
he means
now,
by
see,
that.
now I'm picturing him sitting there with his computer and driving wheel set up next to a campfire.
He's
Oh man, go.
in a day. He trucks in a day. He robs the poor to feed robs the rich to feed the poor in the night. Comes back. He's sitting there in his hammock. He's got the game open, just chilling.
Telling his arrows as we speak.
I think what Jody means by that is like wherever Robin Hood is said to be from, not like his.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jody, see, this is where you have a wonderful AI next to you, and you can just search it up.
We're making good progress on this convoy, guys. We are only
I'm pretty sure by the end of this, we'll all
385
know where we
kilometers
live, and then we can all visit each other, have a potluck.
We can also all hunt each other down.
That got dark pretty quickly.
I would respectfully decline that invitation.
Where's Jody? Just follow the arrows.
Or just search up on Google where Robin
Yeah.
Hood lived.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Do it actually.
The thing is,
Actually,
Jim,
I
I
just-
originally
I was-
asked. Yeah, Jim, I originally asked my multiple AIs in there, yeah, and they gave me the death location of him instead. Like, I don't care where he died.
Well, the thing is that, if we all know where we each other live, we can have like, I don't know why I'm thinking about it in my head, but we could have a Euro Truck land party. A land convoy. We're all.
Usually Alt F4.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm thinking about that in my head, but we could have like a land party.
As you're talking about that, all I see is in the chat, somebody puts, die is good. That's it, just no context. Just die is good. Yep.
Obviously in a voice chat in this group.
Somebody who's come back. Been there and come back.
We're coming up to Rezekny, which I believe is another city in Latvia. We're in Latvia at the moment.
It certainly is.
Rezekny.
Well, at least on the bright side, we seem to be running smoothly.
Yeah, the convoy's going great. I mean, we've not stopped. The guy in front of me's weaving around a bit, but I'm just letting him. I'm just backing off and letting him do his thing.
What's your, if y'all have like the cabin DLC, what's your favorite one that you would put in every truck?
Do you mean like an accessory that dangles?
Well, not just that, but like something you would put in the truck that you'd like to have with every truck.
The one thing I do like to use is the compass, because I think it can be quite useful to navigate as well.
In my Scania here, I have that middle dashboard since I have the.
Oh, have you got like the table, the sort of the table?
The table.
Yeah.
I have on that table the compass, the Scania wallet, and then the phone. And
On
then
mine, I have the Kenya mark, the Rocket car thing, and then the Raven doll, and my sunglasses DLC.
Oh god. Sorry, Luke.
Oh, we've had an accident.
Everyone okay back there?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my controller is glitching out. For some reason, brakes don't work. So it's working now, but
On my table, I have a Viva tablet.
Don't have it on this
Y'all
truck,
put that,
but
you know?
you'll usually see me with that blue and white coffee mug sitting up where you can see it through the windscreen.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh,
Is that the Michelin one or the Goodyear one or something?
There is a Goodyear one, but that's not the one that I use. It's kind of a generic. It's
I got you.
oh god. All I can see is
Blue
stories in
coffee,
the chat.
white lid.
It's not a good sign.
It's like the same colors as the Goodyear one. It's slightly different. It's shorter and wider.
I think
Mohammed,
what I
is
have on this
everything okay,
truck-
buddy?
Go ahead, Mohammed.
No
I
worries.
just saw him say
I
sorry
just
in the
said-
chat.
There's quite a few stories in the chat I've been seeing.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, we're all looking at
Yeah,
but-
we're both
I'm looking
trying
back,
to-
everything looks okay at the front. Landy, can you see anything going on? Okay.
It's okay
I
where
have
I'm at.
the-
I don't know what the commotion was.
Okay. Cool.
One thing I have that dangles is fuzzy dice. In Euro Truck is the white is like the regular fuzzy dice, the white with black dots, and then in American Truck I have the blue fuzzy dice.
No, but Matty, one thing which I've realised is once you start getting all of like the different DLCs, you have so many mugs to choose from, and it's like
You're kind of a bit overwhelmed by choice, aren't you?
that's why I do quite enjoy the Death Truck though, because you know where you can have the massive table bit on the top and that.
Yeah, I do
all
like
of the
that.
mugs. I wish they had that in all of the trucks, honestly.
I always forget which mod it is for single player, but there's a really good mod for the DAF. No, it's a specific one for the DAF. It's like a rework of the DAF XF.
Is it like from 50K?
Yeah, the Vlad and K or whatever it, V and K or yeah, that's the guy. But it's you get the reskin. You can have like different color panels. You can have curtains. You can have, also if you mix it in with Sissel's Mega Pack, you've got all the different cabin accessories as well. So you can really kind of make your truck feel like home, basically.
Yeah, but I was testing out an engine on my modded profile the other day, and I worked my out. So I started on the classic, 750 in a Volvo, and I was going down a 14,000 kilometer thing. Of course, I ended up getting the smaller one, which is only 1,400, but it still takes a while. So then I upgraded it to 1,000, kept going up on that, yeah. And I thought the highest was 2,000. But as I was scrolling down, I saw at the very bottom 100,000 horsepower engine.
Uh-oh.
So you know where people usually say, "Oh, well, I can do 0 to 60 in this, I can do 0 to 60 to that." I was timing my 0 to 750. Yeah. I mean, by the time I got to about 780, 800-ish, my entire truck was ended up flipping. And so I went from Turkey over to Calais. That was fun.
How fast did you go?
When I was being flung, a total of 22,000 kilometers per hour, apparently.
Oh my god. So you were just eating from Turkey to Calais?
Yep. Because it was a massive road, basically.
That's one way of doing deliveries.
So it was basically it's a straight road from Italy, yeah, all the way over to Turkey, and it's just a huge long racetrack for speed tests and that. But of course, one side of it is a giant building and a fence. So as you hit the building at quick speeds, you just get flung.
So you eated a continent.
Yeah, I was gonna capture it, but the thing is, I hadn't set up my trucky capture. Otherwise, I would have recorded it.
Where did you land in Calais?
Let's just say it's not a good idea to turn your truck into a boat.
You landed in the
I landed like right next to the ferry, so I almost made it on the ferry. you know when you're late for your ferry trip.
When you're late for your ferry trip.
Yeah.
And just put a rocket in and eat yourself.
Yeah, there was just okay, I guess this guy's not arriving. Let's go in this parking spot. Nope, I'm here.
It's like when you wanted to see when you're late for the truckers for charity convoy and you're all the way in Turkey.
Yeah, somebody's about to move forward because you haven't arrived, and you just land right in front of them. My spot.
Oh, how many games we got left, Matty?
Oh, ready now, Jody. 234 kilometers at the front, so we'll be there in about 20 minutes.
Cool.
Depends on the
Oh
speed
yeah,
you do.
to be honest, right, Matty, I didn't manage to do my last prayer for today. But I'm gonna do it after the convoy once we are done with the convoy too.
Yeah, that's you'll have time then. Don't worry about it.
That's
This-
because I
this is the-
had a bit of argument with my parents just now.
You're Matty. This is the sort of time I was hoping we would be arriving, because it would be great to get photos right now.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
so the sun's just starting to set.
Yeah,
we'll get everyone dismissing trailers and we'll get some nice.
We'll probably arrive as the sun sets.
Yeah. We're currently floating around about 60, 65.
Yeah.
I'm
It,
talking
it
like
is indeed that midway.
Roughly
Sorry.
about midnight we should arrive.
What time is it now? Oh, because we're so far north, the sun goes down later.
Yeah.
If we were down in Germany or Italy, it would be pitch dark by now.
Oh, right, yeah. And because we're getting higher up as well.
Yeah.
Like
We're
still
kind
going
of
even more
chasing. We're
north.
chasing the sun, literally.
You know, most of the time, whenever I'm up in like the Finland sort of area, most of the time the sun doesn't set for me till around probably 1:30ish.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So it's like a really late sunset and a really early sunrise. So you only get about 3 hours of darkness.
Yeah, because I think the game is set. I think the actual season that is kind of locked into the game is somewhere in June.
Yeah, it's the. Yeah, I think it's like the higher you go, the longer the daylight or something.
So obviously, if this was winter, it would be the opposite. But the game is set in European summer.
I'm very close in the middle. I'm like 30, 31-ish parallel.
That's
I know
just
in the
reminded me, though.
winter they do sometimes change the settings for the game over to winter.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that they just basically keep it locked, but they might do. I think there's just
I know
mods
they've done it
that
one
change
year.
it.
I know there was a mod. I don't know if it got updated or not, but there was a mod on Worship I used like a couple years back that would every week or so update to where the daylight is synchronized with what the actual sunrise and sunsets are.
I think SES talking about like what features they should add. I think seasons would be a good shout. Actually, like proper seasons.
What do you mean, like where Forza changes their season every week?
I wouldn't say every. It depends.
No, I don't mean every week. Yeah, for example, but something like that. Like every.
I would actually say just run it like because you have the weeks in the game, like and a game day takes like I don't know, like about 30 minutes, isn't it? 30 minutes to an hour or something that you get an in-game day.
I'll search up the actual times later. I'll work out.
It does. I know on TMP it's locked in, but on single player it depends on which road you're on, how fast the time actually travels.
It depends on if you're in this. It depends on if you're in the city or not.
Or even if it was just a TMP feature for seasons,
but
that's still pretty nice.
I would like them to, if they could. It would take a lot of work to do it properly, but if you had it so that you gradually transition from summer into autumn into winter into spring and back into summer over several like a long, not just like every week it changes, but like over like a long period, and like you get the like the actual weather would be different. You get more rain and stuff in different seasons. You get snow, you get wind and what have you, but also like having the fauna that gradually changes as well. So having like the grass changing color, the trees losing their leaves, having like there are mods that do that kind of thing already, but just having that sort of built into the game and just having it gradually change.
Where I am right now, in the summer, every other afternoon, there'll just be scattered storms flying out of the sea into the land and then dissipating a few miles inland. But I'm close enough where I still get hit. But so like every afternoon or so, every other afternoon there'll be like a random storm flying over. It's just that Gulf moisture flying up towards wherever the front is, and it's just picking up rain with it. Because I'm like at that start of that moisture pipeline, as I call it.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys get some pretty crazy weather events over there, and I think Jones, you were saying like how it's got more intense over the years.
Don't even get me started on the 3 hurricanes we had in this state last year alone, not to mention every other tropical system that hit with it.
The hurricanes are just getting massive and more powerful as time goes on.
I mean, people thought Katrina was bad, but there's been worse ones since then.
Honestly, Matty, I completely forgot about that.
Last year alone, we had Hurricane Nora, that destroyed Lake Charles. That's even though Natchitoches is about 150-ish miles inland, it still managed to stay at like a Cat 2, strong Cat 2-ish level that toppled trees and destroyed a bunch of windows on the campus.
Jeez. I know there was one a couple of years ago, wasn't there, that like really wipes out, was it Panama or one of the Caribbean islands? No, not Panama, not Panama. I said that's the wrong one.
Dorian obliterated the Bahamas.
Bahamas, that's it.
Because it basically stalled itself practically on top of it.
Yeah, it just wasn't
5.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah, it basically stalled on top of it as a Cat 5, which is the worst of the worst. So it got obliterated. And then, not to mention, over here, later that we had Hurricane Delta that went through the center of the state, and then the place I'm at now still is missing half of its roof. Because metal sheets flew.
The thing is, the
off of
damage
it.
is kind of the damage in terms of like climate change is already done. This is going to keep getting worse. So like, governments need to get better at dealing with it because it's going to keep getting worse for the foreseeable future.
And what happened was Hurricane Laura landfalled in Cameron, and then Delta landfalled in Creole. They're only like 5 to 10 miles apart from each other.
Hurricanes are fueled by warmth. Warmer water will supercharge a hurricane, and you know the whole planet is marginally warmer, so the hurricanes are stronger.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, the hurricanes come across the. I mean, they start off, you know, as a breeze coming off of Africa, and then they begin that circular pattern, and then develop into a tropical wave first, and then a tropical storm, and then it gradually starts getting into the hurricane category.
Yeah.
As the storm becomes more and more organized, and builds up power, and then the storm gets west and hits the Caribbean, starts getting into those warm Gulf waters, and they just go off like
absolutely take off.
Yeah, it got so bad that before this year, if we run out of names, which only happened twice by this point, we would use the Greek alphabet. Now, in 2005, when the first time that happened, we only got to Zeta, which is like number, I forgot how far the Greek alphabet goes, but in 2020, it got so bad that we went through half of the Greek alphabet.
Jeez.
And not only that, two Greek storms, which I think was Theta and Iota, were Cat 5 that slammed in the exact same point in Nicaragua as Cat 5s. So they were very bad.
They're gonna have to get better at managing it. Like, you're gonna have to have
what
like
they
a
did was they changed it from using the Greek alphabet because the names of the Greek alphabet can become confusing because they sound similar, and they just made essentially a separate list of regular names. Because over here in the Atlantic, we used both like English-speaking names and Spanish-speaking names. So like, I don't know if it's still there, but we recently have a tropical storm called Ana, and then the next storm that would develop is Bill. So yeah, it depends.
It's crazy. Right, 58 kilometers left, folks. So we're getting there.
I'm in a roundabout, so good luck with that. The tail end is going through that roundabout, so good luck with that.
I'll let you know when we get to the destination where exactly they're funneling us into, or whether we can just park wherever we want.
I think we're going into South Tartu.
Yeah.
But whatever company it is, it's up to debate.
we'll see. Time will tell.
To be honest, right, Matty, just now when I was trying to get ready for the convoy, I spawned in Tartu, the destination area, instead of where we began for the departure, and I had to ping Jordan for the help on how to get the company because I was too confused.
Oh, okay, I see. So you went to the destination first. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
almost
done
did that
before.
also.
I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, it's because it's on top, of course, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
most convoys you go down. With this one,
Yeah.
you're going up.
Yeah, it confused me too at first.
I remember the first convoy I attended with Viva. It was the Russian one, where we were having to carry vodka from Kaliningrad to St. Petersburg. No, it was like mid-March. So it was a couple months ago.
They were already fed up with the year. They wanted to drink it off.
Yeah.
Okay, how fast are we doing? To be honest, man.
We
Because I
sped up.
need-
We sped up quite a bit just then, and then it's back down to
Like
about
up
60.
and down, up and down.
We're
Because
having
I
a bunch of
need
windy,
to
windy
go
turns.
and-
That's
I think
why.
it's basically it's caused by the fact that there's been quite a few right-hand, left-hand turns recently, which cause people to slow down, and then they have to catch up to the chasing pack again.
Okay, because behind me there's a huge gap, and I only can see one dot behind me.
That's fine.
You
They'll catch up in time.
Yeah, like for example, I'm doing 85 or so.
Just as long as you kind of keep your eye on the truck in front, and when you start when they slow down and you start
Yeah.
encroaching, that's when you need to start slowing down as well.
The person in front of me is Landy Boy, and he's kind of zooming, so. I think we'll be fine.
So far so good, I do not have any issues with my controller disconnecting or anything like that.
Awesome.
So far so good. Which I'm so happy that I changed the cable.
What speed are you doing at the front?
The front, we're now doing 50.
Oh wow, we're
But
going
it's slowly,
significantly-
it's slowly slowing down because
doing-
we're now entering the city of Tartu.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm doing 90 back here.
You will,
Yeah,
you will
but-
need, guys that are going fast, you will need to slow down imminently.
So that's why I'm not going that fast. I'm only doing.
Yeah, you're better off just pacing it somewhere in the middle, maybe like 70 or something.
Yeah, because we'll catch up. We don't have to catch up right now. Just
Exactly.
I do
When you
have,
get in, just
no,
be distant.
one thing I do want to do with Viva is that
yeah.
if and when the position ever is opened up, I want to be a part of like support staff, kind of like Jody up there.
Yeah, no, I think I think you'd be really good at it because you're always very active in the help and question channel and
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah,
others
and,
carry
and
out.
as I was saying to you, of course, I want to do Viva Media when I get a chance, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, Tangson, you'll take me out of a job, you will.
He won't just take you out of the job, he'll take you out.
I think Tankston could take the whole support team out of a job.
Even just yesterday, I was going to bed and I saw someone ask, "How do I get the screenshots?" And and then I answered them, even though I never did a 300K job because I like kind of short-ish journeys. I remembered how to do it.
Yeah, I usually always go for no more than 280, but right now, currently, because of the level, I'm only getting around maybe 180k right now max.
I did one job that was
We
over
are going to be
300.
including in the BLT company. I'll advise on parking and that when I get an eyeball on the actual company layout.
Yeah, but then of course it's not just the total payout as well, isn't it? It's also the euros per kilometre.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're not over 140 per kilometre.
Yeah, well my
Aiden
average
did-
is
although
56.
some things I do get wrong. Aiden has pointed out that 140 per mile and 140 per kilometer are interchangeable. You cannot convert. It's worded
hard to
like
roll.
you can. Yeah, it's worded like you can, but you can't.
Yeah, I think HR might need to refresh the rules on that, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because
it's quite interesting.
It's a little bit
that.
ambiguous, yeah.
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 That's the word.
especially since 140 per mile is a lot. A mile's a good distance.
I've
And
got an
I
idea.
And there was recently a heavy haul, so I get big, giant, expensive things to drag. And there was a giant lift truck chassis that I could have taken, but from San Rafael to Dailies. But the
Oh, jeez, lightning
per mile payout was $140.13. 13 cents over the bar.
Right, guys, we're gonna use this little. There's a little tiny car park in BLT. To get to it, you sort of need to go around and sort of through the trailer and onto the pavement. We're gonna have one truck in each parking bay to start with, and then any overflow we'll have down the middle.
I'm sorry, Landy.
I can let us into motor.
That's what I was thinking. That was what I was thinking. That's my stomach kicking in.
I was gonna say I'm ordering a pizza straight after this.
I accidentally put Landy in the back.
That's alright. These things, little accidents happen every now and then, as long as it's nothing major.
Just giving them a little love tap.
I was looking to see what you were talking about, and I forgot to press the brakes, and I pooped him in the back.
Yeah, who needs brakes?
Like, I feel like we say this every time we're in a convoy, but the best of brakes is the person in front of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what CC are for.
Yeah, let's demonstrate your landing.
Human brakes. There's a space between me and Dino that someone can probably take.
I guess if you're talking about it like that, Maddie doesn't have brakes.
That's true.
Well, was there some? Oh yeah.
Matthew just uses Landy for good reasons.
When you are parked in the space, make sure you guys go all the way back to the fence so that we're all sort of in line.
You want us facing each other in here?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'll look cool. Oh, and now I see what you're saying about going up the middle. Gotcha. Yeah, this is gonna look neat.
Alright, dismiss trailer. Go exit external camera. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get everyone. I think we might just actually, because Jim, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm only little.
Six,
There'll be
7,
21
8,
of us.
10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have a couple doing something else, but we'll just fill up those spaces to start with.
We could always put people backwards against, the flower pots on the other side of the fence, couldn't we? You see what I mean?
Or
Potentially, yeah.
where we're entering, we can face it towards the rest of the group.
No, yeah, it's still 2 o'clock.
Where I noticed some are using like 6x2 or 6x4 chassis like that. So I'm not sure if we can fit everyone in here.
No, there should be, I think, 4 people which will have to not be able to go in here, if I'm correct. I've done my maths correctly.
The 4x2s will need to scoot up a little bit to even up the lines.
What do you think, guys? I'm trying to have an idea here. We can't go outside of the company, obviously.
That's what I said. We could get people to go back, back to back on the other side of the fence, couldn't we?
Yeah, I think do that. Yeah, on the other side of the fence. I think that's the best shout. If you can't fit in, just go and park sort of where Dixon is. If you where Jim is, it's kind of Jim parks top to tail with Dixon and then along.
Yeah.
Hank, you may have to go back a little bit.
Oh, I heard Jones say something about letting
I don't know. Yeah, just because I don't know if we were going all the way back or if we're going by back or front, because some of us are further ahead than others.
I'm smushed between 2 double axles, and I'm a single boy.
Yeah, the 4x2s. If we all scoot up about 2 feet.
Okay. So I didn't hear
line up the faces of our trucks rather than the tails.
We're gonna fit next to some patty, I think.
But I'm gonna readjust myself anyway.
We look really smart here, and it looks nice for when all the other VTCs come in and have a look at us.
Oh, I'm still to do.
Like back to back would look better, really here.
I'm just waiting for Jody, whoever that is, at the end. So.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go, like that. And then park and brake, turn it off. There we go.
Or what?
I guess maybe the three that are outside, maybe if you guys sort of go in the middle, so like it's rather than right to the end, if you get what I mean. So if you basically go behind Air Luke, Alex, and Hanksome, maybe.
I think one can fit at the side of Sunpatty.
I realize I'm an idiot.
Let me try and see where some middle can be.
The fun thing about going to college is I'm going into it for teaching, education.
Wait,
So
who's this? Hang on.
I think I'll be a,
So yeah,
you
hang
know,
on. So a minute. Niffin, could you move forward so the front of your truck's in line a minute?
I was
that
gonna
Niffin or
say
that?
also
Yeah.
Darky if
I'm
you
gonna
shift
mark the
over a
middle
little
back
bit.
here.
Yeah, they go Niffin there. Yeah, I was gonna say a little bit for. Yeah, a little bit far forward there. If you look from the front, there, go there. There we go. Yeah, just because you're a bit back.
I remember one time, it was before some of these people came on, but before we had the idea of, it was Wolf's event, when Schiff was there, we decided, as a, kind of suddenly, and people caught on to it, that it was going to be an Iveco takeover.
Oh, yeah, that was one of mine. Was it one of mine?
I think it was one of Wolf's. It was in base game.
I noticed that.
And then what happened was we got so much attendance that Jordy decided, hey, since there's a lot of you here, why don't I film it for a promotional video? I mean...
I'm just saying.
I forgot what the event was called because I call it now the Iveco Takeover.
I'm marking the middle of the
It started at like the... All I remember is that it started at the farm in Leger, in Belgium. That's all I remember.
Some nice pictures of this. Really nice.
Let me just...
I wonder if... Should I turn on my... Oh yeah, I should. So, who am I blinding in front of me? Catman.
There you go. I put my free photos up in convoy chat.
Catman, sorry I'm blinding you.
So well, yeah, guys, we'll just chill here for a few more minutes until basically most of the convoy has arrived, and then I'll send you guys on your way. We'll talk about the job and stuff. But for now, if you want to just be AFK or you want to sit and chat for a bit,
Oh yeah,
for everyone to come in. That's
yeah.
fine.
That's what I was also going to do is put my leaving ones in there. So I've just checked the other three. Those are the three I got whilst everybody was leaving.
Yeah, brilliant.
I'll probably trim that bottom one down because I didn't realise I had chat open.
I don't look at chat because I have like
No, I usually
rectangles. I have the rectangles of everybody in the voice chat on my screen, and
no, what I mean is I usually F9 my in-game chat, but of course for some reason I must have not done it on that bottom photo.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll just trim that a little bit off later. There you go. That's all of my stuff in convoy chat. If anybody wants to look at them.
Oh yeah, you can see the chat on the bottom photo. You can see my truck. My truck has. I put I'm American, so I've slapped on American flags to my Scania.
Fair enough then. You're right. I'm gonna quickly mute.
Are they skipping June, or is Warp skipping the June convoy?
I don't know. We're in May now, aren't we? So, are you saying why are they saying see you in August or something?
Here comes Shift.
In its echo.
Bless him.
Wish he hadn't done that.
Yeah, I looked at the. Before we left, I took a little gander at the convoy chat, and there was a little debate. I'm not going into it, but
Yeah, I just had that. I'm not even going to read that crap anymore. Fucking whoever said it.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not going into it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Although Scanias are on like my how should I say it? number 2 or number 3 on my list of favorite trucks. The new Scanias in general, because the R and S are more or less the same. Right? Coming from the other side of the pond, am I fair to say that Scania, the new R and the new S are more or less the same?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There's not that much difference between the R and the S. I think it's mainly, if you look at the R, it's lower to the ground, and you've got the engine. If you look in the middle of the truck, it kind of it's like a hump that's in your truck where the engine sits. Whereas in the S, you're kind of higher and it's below completely.
Okay, so it's basically how high you are from the ground. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
What's that? Just let me go onto Twitter.
The you know, in more or less all events where it's free choice, I'm gonna drive either the Merc or in ATS the Western Star.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I rank the trucks, one of the main things I like about trucks is
I don't know.
one of my favorite features is the virtual speedometer. You know?
Yeah, what like on the Renault T where the speed is displayed in a digital format.
Yeah, and
Or
not
do you
only
mean-
that, the cruise control can be visible. So, like on the Merc,
Right.
it'll be, you know, the speed limit, and then right directly below it, in smaller font, is the cruise control speed.
See what we got. We'll do that one.
And in these Scanias, the speedo is to the left inside the speedometer, and then you change your screen to the cruise control screen in the middle.
No, yeah, we'll do that one. And then finally, there we go.
And then I know in Volvo, the little speedo is on the right side. Am I right? Is someone here a Volvo?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Can a Volvo user confirm me on this that the speedo is on the virtual speedo is on the right?
I think a lot of people have kind of gone to get the preference and things.
I think Dixon is a Volvo, but he's in the middle of doing photo shoots.
So what's that?
I was doing text. I was texting to my wife. I didn't even hear the question. What were we talking about?
For Volvo users, isn't the virtual speedo on the right side?
Honestly,
on the dashboard.
I don't pay much attention because I have my truckie, so most of the stuff I need is on truckie.
Ah.
Yeah, so
I don't use truckie. It's kind of
there we go.
In a not so good internet zone. It's I don't use stuff that'll crash the internet.
Okay, don't take it now.
I'm sorry, hang on, I'm so confused with this a minute. What?
What's up, Dixon?
So, I go to my notifications, yeah? I get a notification and it's recommended tweet for you. And all it is just a tweet of somebody putting a door. That's it, just a door emoji. That's the entire tweet. Like, why is this recommended to me?
In the Volvo Classic, the tachometer is on the left, speedometer is on the right. In the newer Volvo, they're combined into one central display.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
There we go. Yeah, my tweet's up now also. As usual, I put you on it, Matty, for leading and stuff like that.
Oh, I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate everyone's attendance. You guys have all done Viva proud today. We've had a nice chat. I hope that you've all enjoyed the event, and I appreciate you coming along once again. Again, do remember you've got a job that you can log. To take advantage of that, you just need to send me a message, and I will get that to you within the next few hours. As of right now, I think we'll just chill around for a few more minutes. But obviously, if you do need to get off, you're more than welcome to.
I think I need to get off. I need to drag my brother and get some stuff. So
that's fine.
I'll be gone.
That's
I'll see
fine, buddy.
later.
I appreciate you coming, Tankson.
Tank.
All
right. See you later.
Bye. Bye.
Right, so I've worked out where he lives.
Wait, hey, I haven't left yet. Hold on. I haven't left yet. I just left the gate. Hold on. Hey.
And that's my pizza ordered.
Where do you think where I live?
I have no idea. Somewhere in Louisiana.
Yeah.
North of I-10.
Jones, that's when you find out he actually doesn't even live on Earth. Yeah, that's the real story behind it. He's not even on Earth.
I guess now that we've had a couple drop out, if Jim and Blank, if you guys want to slot in the car park, that'd be great. But if not, then it's cool.
I'm just gonna F9 myself again and F11 and take a look around and see who we've got here. Look at all of the staff over though in the dealership.
Yeah.
Just vibing.
No, I gotta admit that photo which they're doing actually looks quite nice.
Are they doing like a little formation?
Yeah, look at behind us at the dealership. The photo they're doing with the mod. That's quite cool actually what they're doing.
They've got the moderator there as well.
Yeah, and the fact that they're all in the exact same trucks and all that as well.
Because it's a CC thing, I imagine they'll have done a little like a CC profile dedicated with everything set up.
Probably.
So everything will be duplicated. Because if you look at their all of their license plates, they all say Warp CC. They're actual.
Yeah.
And they're in the right color as well. They've actually save edited the.
By the way, very quickly, Matthew, if you've got Devcam, very quickly go take a look at the F7 place.
Yeah.
There's a quartz truck on the side.
That's quartz for you.
Yeah, I'm just going around looking who we've got, and then that's the first thing I saw.
And how do you manage to do that in a no collision zone? That beggars belief.
Yeah, that's even more concerning. Prime have dropped down to 4. Oh, somebody else is now on their side outside the end place. Seems to be a lot of people flinging themselves on the side.
Oh, seems to have become a bit of a meme. You're right there, small guy.
There's now another person as well behind us. Look, everybody's just on their side. Is that what this company, this VTC, are now doing?
Okay, what you doing, buddy? I think he might be AFK.
Matty, I think everybody in this VTC is just trying to flip themselves. Look behind us. On the road.
Look in the company. Look at the Viva driver.
Wait. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think Kai's just going off just to say hello to their friend. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I'm looking behind me and there was just trucks all over the place, so that's what I was concentrating on more. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that Korean company out there, they're sat out there ramming each other. Oh, 2 of them just got kicked. They're all getting kicked now because of it.
Yeah, there's still a mod on. It's obviously.
Yeah, and I don't think they realise that, so they're going around ramming each other.
Be cautions.
Yeah, Milo's given them a warning.
Yeah, he's already kicked 2 of them. That was their first warning, probably.
I think they've kicked more like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, 3 of them. I think their quartz member is AFK as well because they're just sat there.
If you've not already, remember to send me a message. No message, no job.
Usual. Wait a second.
Oh, Media Man's in BLT now.
Is that King Stannis? Or is it someone else?
Sky Horses.
The hell's, I'll have to get on it.
Where am I going? There it is. There you go. As usual, I always send a photo with mine, so. What I need to start doing is, I'm going to kind of do with my photos is just adding like little watermark thing on it or whatever thing before I upload them. Wait, let me. Okay.
There's one guy at the DAF dealer wanting to get a selfie with the convoy.
Yeah, I think by the looks of it, the two management are just chilling in there, so you can go over get photos with the two management.
Oh, Kai's gone over.
Yeah, it's like a little photo shoot with staff if you want it.
Yeah.
So, anyone doing much for the rest of the weekend?
Sleeping.
Jody, I feel you, man. I feel you.
Driving on ETS2, that's what I'm doing.
I'm with the Kings tomorrow.
Yes, that's.
I sadly will not be there because I don't do ETS. Sorry, ATS.
Yeah, it's all right. It'll be a relatively low key event, but it'll be fun. Fun little route.
Yeah, I don't know if Lundy's going to be there or not, but if he is, and if he is streaming, I'll hop onto his stream and give a bit of a hello. Yeah, if you...
Tomorrow it is.
Let me find out for you. I've got it open.
Yeah, you do that. Thanks.
Here we go. Drive of the Kings, May 17:30 GMT. Yeah, and it is Washington, Idaho, DOC required. This is what I mean. I've always got everything on Viva open in case I ever need, because this is
Very planned, Dixon. Very planned.
Yeah.
Very
you
organized.
never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try and get out in the. It's hot weather here. I don't know about where you guys are, but it's a nice day outside. So I've been sat at my computer for the last week, just doing work and Viva stuff. So I might actually try and get some fresh air.
I'm home alone, so I've got to stay home with the animals.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm
Fair
restricted right now.
If you got a garden or anything, you can sort of.
I do, but it's not really used.
Yeah.
It's more of just a decoration garden.
Probably gonna get out on the road bike.
Ah man, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
If it is or not.
Sean along with me.
There was a guy.
Got radio.
I don't. He's still in Viva. He came to some events, and I think he's gone a bit quiet. He might come to some more again at some point. But he was massively into mountain biking and BMXing and stuff, and he was explaining about how he went down this ramp and yeeted himself off, and he sent me a video, and he was tumbling and tumbling. I was like, yeah, I'd rather you than me, mate.
Oh, I fell off my road bike many times trying to stop. Because when you're clipped in, and then you catch your foot on something, you look down to reel, and then you look down, and you're like, oh shit, I'm still clicked in.
Yeah.
And then it's just gone.
But it must be exhilarating though when you're just out there.
Oh yeah.
Soaking it up.
Right, my is on the way, so I shall catch you all later.
All right, Jody. Appreciate you coming, buddy. Take care.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya, bud.